Hi guys, welcome back to my Let's Play of Donkey Kong Country. Now I'm sorry for being away for so long, but I've been actually doing a lot of finishing up my next to last year of high school and getting on my finals and studying and all that good stuff. So now I'm back in here and actually be able to do a Let's Play again. This one will be, let's see, extra long as it's 25 minutes in length, so this is kind of a double feature type thing. But all it really is the Gorilla Glaciers. So getting back on task, I actually picked up 3 golden frog idols, or whatever the hell you want to call them. And I'm actually getting one-ups and everything, so I actually be able to have the one-ups, and since I use a save state on this, I'm actually having a lot more than I would if I just, barreled through here. Got some good, like 4 to 5 amount of lives there, so that'll definitely help. And I got extra one right there. Now, like, I'm not gonna lie, the first like 5 to 6 minutes is just this level alone because I screwed up like really badly. So if any of you want to skip through this part and skip to, like, I believe it would be the 5-minute mark and just not even bother with this, go right on ahead. You're not going to miss anything. You're just going to see me play through this a couple more times because I screw up so badly. So if you do want to fast forward, just go right on ahead, and hopefully by that time I should be in another level. For those of you staying with me, we can actually, see where I screw up so badly that it takes about 3 to 4 times for me to complete this damn thing. When I was recording this, I actually had a headache and messed up pretty badly, so I think what I should have done is just not even bother playing this at all until today, because I just wasn't feeling it. And it was so long since I played, I should have warmed up or something. So that's kind of stupidity on my part. Sorry that I'm not talking a lot, but stuff is just repeating over and over, and then stuff really very much to comment on what's going on, because I keep screwing up, and well, there's not really much there to do, to say about it at least. I really hate these barrels, especially since they do a complete 360. And this is just like they're screwing with you at this point. That was luck. That was just luck. And my stupidity causes me to die again. I believe this is only like 2 or 3 more times. Only 2 times. I think it's only 2 more times until I actually get it. Trust me, the rest of the video is a lot better than this. So you're probably asking, why not just edit this out? Well, I try not to because it just, I don't know. I prefer to show my mistakes just to, I don't know. I don't like to cut, and there's a secret passage throughout this whole damn thing, which I totally forgot about, and could have just went with it and skipped most of the barreling that I would have to go through in order to get to the other side. Anyway, back as to why I don't edit this. I don't know. I just don't like to edit out most of the parts because some things that I might actually do an accomplishment in might get cut out, but even though there's nothing accomplishing about what I just went through, still, I don't know, it's just the way I like to record and leave my stuff. Ooh, that was close. This is actually the second recording of me going through the whole Gorilla Glaciers, because the first time I was even doing worse than what I was doing, or am doing, I should say, and that was really bad. I just basically just stopped throughout the video and just started over again, which was kind of a pain because I was already like 10 minutes into recording. Right, that doesn't look wrong going down, or trying to climb back up. Anywho, I think I died maybe 2-3 times in this one. Just because stupid stuff that either I'm not ready to approach yet because I forgot that it came up, or it's stupid stuff like me trying to get items or bananas or letters or whatever. Sorry that I'm not very entertaining during my videos. I'm going to try and like maybe do a pre-script to every Let's Play that I do, so that if I do have to do it like I do now, which is post-commentary, I might actually make a few jokes or something like that. Like make it more entertaining than just doing like a typical documentary-esque commentary that nobody likes to pay attention to. And that's one of the things I was talking about that I wasn't prepared for at all. Because I totally forgot the bees would be there. You would think that I would learn, but no. No, I never learned. I never, except for that. That I learned from. And that I don't learn from. And yeah, you get my point. It'd be awesome. Well, not being stuck in a barrel, but actually be suspended mid-air until somebody smashed you open. I just think being suspended in the air would be awesome. That's just my opinion. Not this time. Not this time. And I'm just gonna skip that too. I don't care about what's over there. I'm just glad this is actually recording what I actually played through. I was doing a recording maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, and it was totally not what it was. I'm not sure whether it's a glitch with the emulator, whether it's a glitch with the emulator, the video recording device, which the package that I got actually came with the emulator. Whether or not it's because of my interfering or trying to do something else that was on the computer, I don't know what the hell it was, but it was just like it was acting like I recorded gameplay that they actually maybe thought that I did or anything like that. But it was gameplay that I would never ever try to record. I was like, it was almost like I was purposely killing myself over and over again just to make the video longer. That was stupid of me, and that was even more stupid of me. I didn't go about like jumping to grab the rope or anything. It was just straight up falling. Well, at least this time I didn't die. Yet. Since this Let's Play is actually winding down, I'm actually going to start thinking about doing other games, like another game series as well. I thought about going to Mega Man 3. I actually thought about doing, because I saw a great Let's Play on Wario Land 3. I was thinking about doing maybe Wario Land 1 and 2, and if I ever get to it, maybe 3. That might be a possibility. If anybody ever watches this Let's Play, you can make your own suggestions in the comment box or anything like that. That isn't really anybody watches this, which I hope maybe one day somebody does. That was just a noob move by me. That was horrible. That was like somebody trying to shoot a gun with no bullets and getting shot themselves. That was how bad that was. Please they get bananas. Don't worry, in future Let's Plays, even though I said that I like to keep my bloopers in, if there's an well, you know, my mess ups, not. Anyway, if I do have an excess of bloopers, mess ups, whatever you want to call it, at that point, I might actually, like, learn to edit my videos better so that there won't be as many. I can do, like, cuts inside it, you know, take clips out. And there I mess up again, like that. Next time, like, if I were to do a video over again, I would cut that out. So, in future Let's Plays, I want to try and cut out my mistakes because seeing the same mistakes over and over again, it's repetitive, boring, and I would know because I've watched at least 10 to 15, if not more, Let's Plays of a series that people have actually shown all of their mistakes, or it gets kind of boring after a while. But those who cut it out and move on, it gets more entertaining because just the balance of it kind of works out. I also apologize for actually making more comments about commenting, you know, narration and video than I do actually about the game. I'm still pissed off that Rare actually is with Microsoft and not exactly with Nintendo anymore. Because this was like, to me, this is a golden game right here. This is like a classic. You can't really go wrong with this game if you pick it. At least that's my opinion, but the fact that they went with Microsoft kind of just deterred me. I'm like, I still play games made by Rare, that they've made for the console, like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts and such forth, but I don't know. When they were teaming up with Nintendo, it was like, that was like a good team right there. They had Donkey Kong 64, a Country Series, Conker's Bad Fur Day, which I believe was made by, I think it is made by Rare, actually, was on a console, and that was like, that was like a time where most like in my memory at least, the most M-rated games were like Mortal Kombat or something along those lines. Not real, and Resident Evil. There we go. And Resident Evil, and they made a game that was vulgar, you know, very like vulgar and like had a lot of euphemisms about like, you know, sex or like, well, you know, shit actually, but it was quirky, but it was still good. I mean, like, the jokes that they made were really corny, but they were still good games, you know? Also, I'm not sure if it's a rare game, but I remember Jet Force Gemini back in the day. That was pretty good. As you know, once you got the controls down, that was like good. And GoldenEye, especially. Well, I don't think it's a rare game anyway, but yeah, I don't think it is. But still, 64 era, it was good. The SNES when Rare was with us. I mean, like when I first played Banjo-Kazooie, when I first got my N64, that was a stupid move right there. Not the N64, I mean what I just did. The N64, when I first had it, that was it for me. That was it. That was when I truly got into gaming. I mean, like, back in the Super Nintendo, I was a little kid and I played a lot, sure, but when I actually got the N64, that was me right there. That was my moment. I slipped that cartridge of, I think it was either Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie, which I think those were the first two games that I actually got for the console that my parents bought for me. I think it was my birthday, actually. I popped both of those suckers in, or, you know, one of them, you get my point. I popped one of those in, I started playing. It was history right there. That was history. Of course, when video game rental from a store like Blockbuster or anything like that was a huge thing, you know, renting games just from a rental store on its own, that was like awesome because I would go to the video store and rent out maybe one game or two games if I knew the games would be short. Like if it was a sports game that I rented out, that I would just get that game and off of another, and it was great. It was just great. It made my childhood, like, memorable. I mean, like, it was memorable on its own, but, like, those games, you know, having friends over, having a good time, that was the golden age. I mean, like, now we have a lot of multiplayer games. You have your Call of Duty, you have your, Medal of Honor, which I believe they did just come out with a new installment of that. I haven't actually checked that out yet. Just a lot of new games, a lot of new series, some new entries into some old franchises like Kid Icarus. What else was there? There's Kid Icarus. There's a new Luigi's Mansion coming out, which was more of a GameCube era game, but still, that I consider that a classic. It's just been like almost a decade, I believe, since the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox era was reigning. I still can't believe it's been almost a decade since that happened. I remember first getting a console from that era. That was, if I thought the Nintendo 64 era was, like, the graphics and gameplay were mind-boggling, that kind of blew it out of the water. The thing is, even though we have all these current-gen games and we keep playing it and everything like that, something just doesn't feel the same as when it was the retro age and like we play all these games, because even though we didn't have all the graphics we had back then, people really put work into these games. I mean, like, people these days still put work into their games, but I don't know, there's just a certain feeling you get from these games. Like, people were having lots of fun. I mean, like, a lot of times we keep trying to put more content, you know, keep trying to put this and that and everything, but it's just the simplicity of these games that just keeps you going back to it, even decades, maybe 20 years from now, 30, 40 even, you just go back to it and you're like, oh, I remember when I did that. Remember at that time, hey, you know, you may call your brother or your mother or anybody else over and you're like, remember when we were younger when we played this? Remember that time when this character did this? And it was like, oh yeah, I remember that from all those years ago. Yeah, you remember that? You know, maybe we should download it from the home console section or try and find a cheap copy on eBay and play it over again. Yeah, that'd be great. Type thing, you know? It's just, that's the feeling you get from it. It's like from an older generation. Even new gamers that go into this are just into this generation. When they play the older games, they're like playing the newer versions of older franchises, and they go back and it's like, this is really how it started? It went all the way from this to this? But I think to get a true appreciation for what the series stands for and how it impacted, like, the gaming community or the nerd or geek community, if you want to call yourself that, or anything like that, you really have to look back onto where you actually were, or, you know, actually how it was. Oh god, here's, you know, candy. Anyway, you really have to look back on, like, how it was back then and what limitations, but also how we made games fun, how we, well, you know, people of the past generations have made games as fun as they were, how we made them where we could go back to play it and have almost the same experience as when the first time we played it. The music, the background, the characters, you know, the sprites even, the sounds, the sound effects, I mean, but everything jumbled into one complex yet simplistic form of showing of media and interactive media. It was just, that's how it was. It was like simplicity glorified. It was just, that's how it was. It was great. We enjoyed it. Now I feel like games are just rushed out and like trying to make it look cool, but if they would just look back and maybe see some of the simplicity that some games had and see how popular they actually are, we might actually, I mean, like, I'm not going anything against current generation games, because some games this era are really, really good. I mean, like, the storyline, the gameplay, it's all good, but some games I just find, like, a little bit ridiculous. Like, personally, I'm a BioShock, Assassin's Creed, Banjo-Kazooie, like, that type of gamer, but I also play a lot of classic games, like this one. This one, I can play over and over again, and it won't get boring at all. The Zelda franchise is a series that I also go back to a lot. I'm sad to inform everybody that actually pays attention to this channel that Ocarina of Time Let's Play has been canceled until I can actually get a better recording setup and device, because doing as it was, there was like, I just couldn't get the balance. I tried everything. I couldn't get the balance. So when I actually get a recording device that can actually hook up to my TV and actually record off the TV, that's when I'll start doing it over again, because I had the GameCube version, which also duels with Master Quest, which I'm not sure if I'll do a Let's Play that, but still it'd be interesting. But since this video is wrapping up soon, that's how I feel about the games today. I mean, like, they're good, but they just don't have the same feel as the past generation's games. It just doesn't feel the same. So there's still some series I feel that, like, reflect that. I mean, like, Donkey Kong Country Returns, I personally haven't played it, but from people I've talked to that have played Donkey Kong Country back when they were kids, or when it first came out even, like older people, they enjoyed it a lot. some games, you know, they stick to where they want to be. Alright guys, this is the end of this video of, installment Let's Play, so until next time, see you guys later.